Most people conceptualize the matrix to be a cultural, technological, sociological construct. But the truth is far deeper than that. We are dealing with the fundamental nature of reality itself. So if we wish to be free, liberated from the bindings, the constraints, the trappings, the control of the matrix, we must perceive clearly, with great clarity, the true nature of reality. It is by perceiving clearly, understanding the truth of what you perceive and what you experience, the external and internal world, that provides the liberation, the freedom, and by seeing this clearly, you automatically free yourself from the cultural, technological, and sociological constraints as well. But we must do this on a very deep, very fundamental level. If that sounds quite intense, it's because it is. It really is. This is not something to be done lightly. This is for those who are sincere and enthusiastic about the intention to wake up from the dream world, to awaken from the illusion, to have a real, true, experienced understanding of the truth of being, regardless of the consequences that may follow downstream. This is for those who are ready to wake up. It might not be for you at this time. It's not for everyone, and that's okay. Maybe a little more practice and a little more grounding in certain principles and concepts is needed first, and then come back to this later. That's fine. That's fine. This is for those who are really ready to leave the matrix once and for all. So if you are sincere, if you are enthusiastic, if you are committed to your intention to wake up, just join me in this guided meditation intended for exactly that. In order to wake up to the truth of your being, we must remove everything that is false. To see the truth of reality, we must simply remove all of the illusions. And these illusions come in the form of stories, narratives, deeply ingrained beliefs. We're going to be removing those. So if possible, find yourself in a space where you most likely won't be disturbed. This isn't always possible, which is fine. And if there are some distractions, some noise, or something happens, phones beep or buzz, the door, somebody knocks or rings the doorbell, there's traffic noise outside or something like this, it doesn't matter. Nothing has to pull our attention away from our meditation. Nothing has to pull our attention away from our deep introspection into the truth. The truth stays true always, regardless of any distractions. And you will notice, especially during meditations like this, there are more distractions than usual. This is very telling. This is a clue to the power of what we're doing here. You will find the moment you sit down to truly wake up, to truly realize reality itself, there will be many distractions. The agents are everywhere. So in a space where, as best you can, you feel you most likely won't be disturbed. And let's take a moment to just focus on the breath. Just become aware of the sensations of breathing and the sensations in the body. And just start to become familiar and comfortable with awareness itself. Just be aware of the sensations of breathing. How do they actually feel? What is the current experience of the breath? If you were not to place any opinion or analysis or any visual image, just feel breath as it is. And just feel the sensations in the body. And perhaps open your awareness to everything that is being received through the senses. This is just to bring ourselves into the present, into the reality of now. Receiving through the ears, what can you hear? What's the quality of light in the room? What is the scent? And what's the temperature right now that you can sense? And now bring all of these things together, the sensations of the breath, the sensations in the body, and all of the sense perceptions. And just notice that all of these things arise within the very same awareness. They all feel very separate. The sensations of the breath feel very different, very separate from the sounds that you can hear. The sensations in your body feels very different to the scent in the room, what you can smell. But what do all of these things have in common? What is the necessary element that they all share? It is consciousness itself, awareness. Just beginning to Just be very aware of this consciousness. You may not have considered it in a long time. The things that we experience is where we often place all of our attention, but we very rarely pay attention to the awareness that is aware of the experience. So just become very interested in the awareness itself, the consciousness. And less interested in the actual experience. We know that the experience is there, but just let it run automatically. Just be interested in the fact that you are aware of the current experience. And this awareness is the only thing that has been present throughout all experiences that you've ever had. So, all of the experience that we ordinarily invest all of our attention within and believe to be the solid reality is actually just an ever-changing, temporary, shifting, illusory, energetic pattern. It's constantly changing. And so it is the content of experience that is the matrix. That is the illusory world. And the reality is the awareness, the consciousness that is aware of the experience. So we can begin to let go of the content of experience. It's just a pattern of ever-shifting shapes, forms, sensations, perceptions, stories, people, events, situations, constantly changing, constantly flowing. That's the content of experience, the illusory world. And we're going to drop away from that experience and just relentlessly sink back into conscious awareness, unmixed with the experience. None of it was real. Now, in order to unplug ourselves from this illusory world, we are going to visualize in front of you now a door. The door will appear differently for everyone, but really visualize this. How does it look for you? You know this door. You know it well. Visualize this door in front of you now. How does it appear? On the other side of this door is freedom, the liberation you have been seeking. This door is the exit. This is the way out. The way out of the matrix, the way out of samsara, the way out of the maya, the way out of suffering, the way out of the infinite cycle. The door in front of you now, it's the way out. freedom. And in a moment, we're going to step through that door. The freedom on the other side of this door is truth and reality, the real world. So, there are some things we cannot take through the door with us. We just can't. It can't be done by definition. So anything we try to smuggle through the door with us will vanish the moment we step through. So we must discard all of the illusions before stepping through. We must jettison, get rid of all of the false beliefs, stories, and narratives that have been binding us to this illusory world. So recenter here, connect with the breath, open awareness. All is well, perfectly safe, perfectly serene, ready to really do this. Let's ensure we are committed, diligent, sincere about this. No half measures now, nothing false or fake. We are really doing this. Be honest with yourself. Standing in front of the door. First, let us take off our name. Your first name, your last name, middle name, any nicknames or titles that you have. And at first you might think, this is challenging, but actually you notice it's as easy as taking off a name badge. As simple as that. Just take off any names, anything you feel describes you with words in some way. This name is not inherent to your body. It was placed upon the body. You didn't arrive here with it. Somebody gave it to you. So it is not you. Your name is just a word that was placed upon you that at some point you began to identify with. But you didn't arrive here with it, so it can't be your fundamental nature. So take it off. It's just a label. Peel it off. Put it by the side of the door. Next, any numbers that you feel represent you in some way. Your age, your height, your weight, your salary. Any of these numbers. These are just symbols. At some point, somebody convinced you that these symbols have a kind of value, that these numbers quantify something about you, and they quantify something about who you are or what your worth is, or define something about the way you should be or should act. You were conditioned to believe in the validity and power of these symbols. But they are just symbols. They are simply labels. They're just squiggles on a piece of paper or a computer screen. They are not real. You didn't arrive here with them, and they are constantly changing. And everyone will ascribe a different value to the same number. So how can these numbers, your age, height, weight, salary, even phone number or address, how can they be anything to do with you, really? They are someone else's idea. They describe something about reality, but they are not reality. So take those numbers off and put them to the side of the door, that is, name and number, by the side of the door. Next, any ideas about the past or the future? We have come to identify with these thoughts, these ideas, these emotions, these narratives. There is no past. There is no future. These things can only exist in your imagination. All imagination is experienced in the now and is experienced by awareness. But there never has been a solid, tangible thing such as a past or a future. They are a myth. Illusions. So just discard these ideas. There's no imagination needed now. There is no more imagination on the other side of the door. So taking off any ideas of past and future. And yes, even all memories now. We are really doing this now. We are really liberating ourselves now. So all memories, unnecessary. You can't take them with you. And even your aspirations. I know that's challenging, but if we removed our aspirations, you find that actually a very heavy burden is removed. Aspirations can set up unhappiness in the present by assuming that you will be happier in future. And that can make us very dissatisfied in the now. By just waking up to the reality of now, you realize you're already happy. And through this natural peace and happiness, you will end up accidentally achieving more than you ever could by using the mind and the ego. So don't conceptualize any different future that you've been imagining. Just drop all of that now. We're coming into reality now, finding that happiness is here now, peace. So with the past and the future, we also close the story of you. The whole book, the whole thing with your name on the front there. Just close that book and put it to the side. It was a good story, but we've had enough of it now. Close the book. Leave it to the side. And lastly, the visual image that you have about the body and any beliefs about something like biology or physiology, any science that you know about the body and the brain, neurochemistry, electrical impulses, all that sort of stuff. Realizing that this visual image is something that we overlay, we attach to the bodily sensations. And maybe we've seen ourselves in mirrors and can look at ourselves, but if you close your eyes and just breathe, just be aware of your bodily sensations, just the felt experience of being a body. That image, that anatomy chart, that biological belief structure is not inherent to the sensations. The sensations are just another sense that appears within awareness. So take the visual image that you have about your body, what it looks like, and everything to do with physiology and organs and the brain and everything, and just take a snapshot, just as though we have a camera, and just take a snapshot of that image and then pull that image off of your bodily sensations, your felt sensations. So it's almost like a Polaroid. You take the Polaroid picture of the visual image of the body, pull it off of your bodily sensations, and you can watch it develop in front of you. There's that image, and now we're going to place that image on the pile with everything else. So let's run through this and be thorough. We're about to really do this now. Breathe deep. Let's be sincere, very honest with ourselves and diligent. Let's go through. We're going to run through. Your name. First name, last name, middle name, titles, taken off. Numbers. Age, height, weight, salary. Just take those things off. Delete. Reset to 0. All past, that huge, heavy, dense ocean of past, taken off, left aside. How freeing. All future, positive or negative, take it off, place it to one side, no longer interested. The entire story of you, close that book. Place that big, heavy book down by the side. Body. The whole body. The visual image you hold in your mind about what the body is, what a human body is, what it looks like, how it functions. Take that snapshot, pull the Polaroid off, place it down by the side. All of those things now removed from experience. Just being the awareness itself, pure, light, and free, in front of the door. Now, step through. notice experience continues, but now is open, empty, peaceful, energized, free. Here you find freedom. The illusion seems to continue, only now it's no longer a problem. You are not suffering from the experience. You've woken up to a new way of looking at the very same appearance, just a different way of perceiving. A way of perceiving far more accurate to reality. Only now we are free of any narratives, any beliefs, any concepts. And so the bindings, the trappings of this world cannot take hold of you. They cannot pull you into a system, cannot pull you into a structure, cannot pull you into conditioning, and therefore cannot pull you into the matrix. You are freed from this, apart from this, but you are aware that experience is continuing. The matrix is still there, only now you are outside of it. So in this free space, with all of that baggage removed, you are free to enjoy just being. And through this clear recognition, clear awakening to the reality, oh, I wasn't the story after all. I wasn't the narrative. I wasn't those things like name, numbers, and stories and images. I was never any of those things. I'm the pure conscious awareness, aware of those things. You now find you have an enormous amount of freedom and energy to begin, if you wish, to change your life situation and circumstance that will reflect this newfound freedom, a way of letting go of all that old stuff. And through the recognition of your true nature, finding that peace, that security is ever present anyway. Nobody gives you that. Nobody grants you freedom. You already are freedom. Liberate your soul. Nobody gives you your being. Nobody gives you your reality. You are reality. You are reality. It is the narrative we attach to experience that creates the matrix. So let it go. Let it go. Let it all go. You're now free to make big changes. Big changes. All those things that you've been wrestling with, struggling with, turns out just drop them or change them radically. Say the things you need to say, do the things you need to do. Do everything from a deeper recognition. Don't be deceived by this world. It's infinite in its subtle complexity, in its subtle ability to draw you in through temptation and fear. Desire and fear are the two mechanisms that the Matrix manipulates you by. Just as you're getting free, it'll dangle something tempting in front of you. Or just as you're liberating yourself, it'll threaten you and say, you can't leave, you can't do that. You'll end up on the street, something like that. It's absolute nonsense. Don't let it do this. It's how the agents get you. If you need to, just keep doing the door visualization, just keep on stepping through. You will see clearly your true nature is undeniable, always peaceful, and able at any moment to truly free yourself from the Matrix. Thank you for doing this meditation with me today. I look forward to hearing how you got on with it. Put it in the comments. And how did the door appear to you? It's always a really interesting one to ask people. What did the door look like for you? Take care, be well, stay present.